Okay, so I'd like to now show you how I made the first step of the counter. All right, so here I'm going to go into basic elements. I'm going to grab the start man. I need a couple of switches because I'm using a switch for my counter. I need some variables. All right, and I just want to be able to, and so I need commands to increment them. Okay, and so there are a couple of ways to do this. All right, so let's start with first. I want to make a little system, and when I1 is pressed and changes to a 1. All right, and I'm using I1 to represent the N, okay? It's gonna check and see what is happening with I2. All right, if we press I1, I want the variable I'm going to name going in to go up. All right, if it's 0, we're going to check the going out switch. Okay, and if that one's 1, we're going to increment the variable that we're going to name going out. All right, now if let's just get those wired up. Okay, if it's after it increments this one, I basically want it to just keep looking and looking and looking. All right, and pressing. So let's look at what happens then if I take this all the way around. Okay, I just want it to increment that. I don't really like that connection, so I'm going to show you how to slide. I'm going to slide it down just a little bit, just because I'm trying to keep it neat. You know how much I like that, everything to be neat and clean. All right, and then if this one is 1, I want it to go back up to the top and check. All right, and if it's 0, I just want it to keep checking the 2 circuits. All right, so when we start this, kind of what happens? So I'm going to start it, and I'm going to open my interface so you can see that running too, because I think that always is helpful. And before I start it, I'm just going to test my switches so you can see they're working. Okay, and that's not working. Okay, let's tighten those up. Let's see if I got, oh yay. All right, they're working fine. So if I start this, it should just start off cycling through. And I can't see the red box moving because it's moving at the speed of an electron, all right? Now if I press switch 1, watch what happens. Did you see? I pressed it 1 time and it went to 5,000. Okay, I just pressed it and released it. Now, granted, I'm old, but I didn't press it that long. Again, it's because it's moving at the speed of an electron. So what is a way to handle that? How can we handle that given what we know currently? Okay, so let's look at how we could do that. I'm going to close that temporarily. Okay, so I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to try that again. But this time I'm going to go back and put a little timer in to stop the delay. Okay, put a little delay in there because it moved at the speed of an electron, and that was what caused the problem. So let's see if I just give it a 1 second delay. Can I get it to behave the way I'd like it to? So I'm going to open my test interface again so you can see. I'm going to start the program. All right, and I'm going to press switch 1. I got an increment of 1 and it worked. Now watch what happens if I press switch 2. Oh, 3,367. All right, that's kind of not great. The other thing is I don't like using a lot of artificial extra timers, okay? And I definitely want that delay to be as small as possible. So let's go in and try to fix I2. And let's try a half a second this time, okay? I'm gonna delete that because it's a real pill sometimes about those things. And if a half second works, we'll use it on all of them. Now I have to put the 0 branch back, and I'll run it again. All right, so now it's going. All right, and you can see right now we see it highlighted someplace else. If I hit switch 1, so you see I'm stuck in a loop right now. So let's stop it and see what's happening. Why am I stuck in a loop at 2? All right. Oh, I see why. Do you see? I put that back in the wrong place. I need to put that back. I sent it into a loop. Isn't that nice? Okay, let's try this again. Oops, I didn't connect one of my pins. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. There we go. Now if I hit start, I should... Okay, I'm not talking to my controller. Well, these are always the fun things you have. Let's see if I'm reconnected. I am. Alright. Okay, so start. Okay, now it's moving through. So I go through I1 and I'm going to try it. And it works. Alright. Oh, I pressed I2, sorry. And now it looks like though I'm stuck in I2. But I wasn't. It's just where you end up seeing it hovering. Alright, I'm going to press I1 again. Somebody's going in. Alright. Because you see right now I actually pressed 2 quickly. Alright, let's see if I can do it again. If I press 1 and get in that, can I press 2 quickly enough and trick it? So I did. Okay, I pressed I2 again, and you may have seen it change if you watch the screen, but my variable doesn't increment. Okay, and it's because it's during that 1 second. So let's try to fix that by shortening that time up. Is this likely to be a problem? No. Okay, but it's better to learn really how to, you know, do without timers if you can. All right, so I've shortened these up now, and let's see now if I can, everything's working okay, and it looks like it is. Everything's incrementing. I'm just playing with it. All right, and that seems to be working well. Now let's see if I can trick it. All right, I'm going to press I1 and try to press I2 quickly enough that it misses it. Let's see what happens. And it did. And I can do the same thing. Again, because it's a very short time. So while that's close, a half second doesn't seem like much, but you could miss something. All right, so this is one possible solution to the lab you were given. All right. All right, so I've stopped the program now. And at least you can see this is one possible solution. Let's just check and do 0.25 and 0.25 and see if we still end up with multiple counts. All right. Now I'm going to start it again. Okay. I'm going to press the 1. Okay. Now can I trick it? I'm going to try to trick it. Alright, and it did miss it. I'm still missing. I'm trying to press them both, and I don't know if you can see on the screen, but I am getting a checkbox in I2, but its count's not going up, and I'm missing it sometimes. Okay? So this was one solution. It's just not the best solution. Alright?